Hi, my name is Amy Marshall, and I'm just going to give you a little bit of a view of how I go about teaching Capybara con Botas. I'm starting it really late in the year this year, and I thought I would document it. A lot of new things for me. I've taught it many times, but this is the first time I'm teaching it in a long block schedule where I see my students every other day. So to start out, I don't do a ton of pre-teaching. I, as a rule, always do books that are easier than my students' ability level. It's so hard to get kids to enjoy reading. And the minute it feels like it's a lot of work for them, I'm going to lose them. I want them to be able to giggle at the humor and feel like it's just relaxing and fun and not a whole lot of work. So how do I get my students ready? Well, besides the usual day-to-day stories and movie talks and things that gradually get us to a point that we're ready, immediately before I start reading, I start to use some of the Quizlet sets that are included in Myra's user manual. Gosh, if you have not gotten the user manual for any of her books, they are worth their weight in gold, and they have so many amazing resources to help make this an easy experience for you with really very little work that needs to be done because she's done it all for you. So what I do is I took the vocabulary Quizlets for units 1 through 4, and I went ahead and tossed it into Gimkit because my kids really enjoy Gimkit. And they have a Gimkit assignment that they work on, not an assignment, but they play a game the first few minutes of class for maybe the week before. I'm not really even talking about the strange vocabulary. I haven't mentioned rainforest to them or webbed feet or any of that. They're just gradually like, why are we talking about this stuff? Like, you'll say, we're going to read a book. It's going to be great. And then as we keep playing those games and they're getting better and it's getting easier, I also, last week on Friday, we did an activity, an independent activity about Ecuador, a map of Ecuador, animals, currency, flag, all the usual stuff, trying to learn a little bit about the country. That way the kids aren't just starting completely dry when I jump in to the information I want to share with them. I can start asking them questions and see who's got a couple things that they remember from what they learned about with the map activity. So using Gimkit, using the map activity, and then today was day 1 where I am introducing the novel to them. We're not reading today, I'm introducing the novel. I have created a movie trailer for the book that I use to just kind of, it's a hook for them, gets them all hyped up. I just used iMovie to create it. It's on my YouTube channel, DMS Spanish, and I think there's a Capybara folder playlist for you there if you ever want to take a look at it. But so I show that and I kind of go through it slowly and movie talk the phrases that pop up. I want to make sure that they're understanding the phrases and see what they get. And we did that the slow one time through, just like you would with the movie talk. And then I played it once through so that they weren't annoyed with me for stopping and starting it so many times. We finished that. They're kind of hyped up. They think it's kind of funny that I can do an iMovie thing. And then I jump in and I start to use, again, resources from Myra's teacher guide, and I pick and choose. There are so much information in there. I couldn't get it all done. But there's key pieces that I know will be intriguing to the kids that I specifically want them to know for other reasons. And so I pick and choose and show them some of those and we talk about them. And I started with a picture of a capybara, not this one, but I love this one. And I'll use this for a picture talk later on as we're reading the book. We talk about, is this animal pretty or ugly? And they're like, oh, it's ugly, it's ugly. But then we, as we talk about them and they're friendly and they're cute, and we watch a couple videos and they decide that they're like so ugly that they're cute, and they start to have some affection for these creatures. But we talk about, and all in the target language, are they big? Are they small? you know, like, so I pick one of the big kids. I say, what do you weigh? You know, and we do the numbers, and, you know, I say what I weigh, and I say, like, one of these guys can be this. And they're like, wow, they're that big, you know. We talk about that. Are they ferocious, or are they nice? And this is where some of the vocab starts to come in. Amable. Oh, what does amable mean? Has anybody heard that word before? Oh, yeah, they've heard it in their gym kit. Yeah, that, okay. So we start to pull that in, and I'm talking about them. Are they nice? Are these guys predators, or do they have problems with predators? Oh, they have problems with predators. Who do you think their predators are? Oh, yeah. And they throw out words. And so then we start talking about them. You know, are they able to run fast or walk fast? No, they're not sure. I said, oh, they can swim fast. They're not really fast walkers or runners, but they can sure swim fast. So we start talking about all these things. And then it's a great opportunity for me to do a quick poll with my class. Are you able to swim really well? Are you able to swim? Are you not able to swim? And then we can talk about, okay, how many people this, how many people that? Is it important to be able to swim, or is it not? Is it more important for a capybara to be able to swim? Why? Because capybaras can escape from their predators. They can escape in the water. Can the predators swim? Yes, the predators can swim. Can the predators swim fast? No, not as fast as the capybara. So there's all this conversation. We just keep talking and adding in little details. Do these guys eat other animals? No, they're vegetarians. Is anyone in the class a vegetarian? Do you like being a vegetarian? Right. So we just keep pulling it in, personalizing, adding more details, and seeing what the kids have to say. And we get there. And then at the end, after I've done all of this talking, and, you know, I go into where do these guys live? Oh, in the Amazon. Where's the Amazon? South America. Oh, yeah, South America. Do any of these guys live in North America? Oh, in a zoo. Yeah. Probably in a zoo, but they're not there naturally. Yeah. No. And then, you know, so where's Ecuador? Is Ecuador in the rainforest? Oh, part of Ecuador. Are there different parts of Ecuador? Oh, there were 4 regions. Oh, you knew there were 4 regions. What were the 4 regions? Does anybody know? Oh, Andes. Is that like a desert or mountains? Yeah. Okay. So now I'm bringing in all the geography. What's above? What's on top of Ecuador? Oh, Colombia. Yeah. Okay. Do you know what's below Ecuador? And here I start pulling in my prepositions of place that we've been actively using. What's near? What's far? And then we can talk about all that. So I spent a whole day just talking about this book and ramping it up. And then I pull out my puppets, and that's my real jam. That's my mojo for my book. I have puppets, and the kids they roll their eyes because they think I'm crazy, but they also enjoy them tremendously. And I have conversations with the puppets. That helps me to get first and second person repetition, dialogue. I can create dialogue once we start reading. But today I just introduced, and I'll show the puppets in other videos. But oh, hi. Well, you're not a person. What are you? Oh, you're an animal. What kind of animal are you? Oh, you're a capybara. I'm a person. I'm not a capybara. You're a capybara. Oh, okay. You're big. What's your name? Carlos. Oh, that's a great name, right? And so then I conversation back and forth, and then there'll be the kids that are heckling you from the crowd. Heckle. Carlos always talks to the kids in the crowd, and then starts to have a conversation with them. And that's how the ones that have heckled me in English, I then go after them in Spanish with my capybara puppet, who is just magnificent. And it starts the laughter, but then they have to answer back in Spanish, and we start to have this conversation. So that's the start of Capybara. So now I've got them pumped up because they haven't seen all of my puppets. They've just seen Carlos. And so now they're like, what else do you have? And I'm like, I don't know. You just have to come back next class. So then I can say, on Wednesday, we are going to read chapter 1 and chapter 2, and we're going to write, and we're going to talk. Oh, look at me. I'm getting all my first person plural repetitions about what we're going to do, because I'm talking about the plans, because they're excited to see what other crazy stuff I got, because they know there's going to be something. And so that's the start of it. Build the anticipation, get them excited, let them realize they can talk about it. You can make this conversation really simple and still make them feel really involved, like they felt like they contributed a lot to what we discussed about Ecuador. And we were really able to get some serious detail and to see, gosh, they really paid attention when they did that worksheet for me about Ecuador. I'm so glad that they've got some of it, and together they were able to collectively pull it together. So that's my intro to Capybara. And we'll keep doing those Gimkit games, and they'll get super easy. And then I'll later in this week, I'm going to start adding in for the next chapters, or next week rather, as we get closer to chapter 5, I'll then start that in. But I've got every other day I see my students, so it'll take me a couple days to get to where I want to be. And again, this is new for me because I'm doing it on a block, and I used to teach it in 40-minute classes. So keep coming back. I'll tell you what's happening. Bye-bye.